welcome to God's Great Outdoors. We are back to Geneva Forest on this lovely fall day. And look, we've got a new ride. This is our first time out, and we are looking forward to seeing how it goes. Al's new toy. We had a wonderful morning this morning, and it's a gorgeous day today. It's been a while since I've been here. Al's been out here once in between the last time I was here, and he was gopher apple picking for the gopher tortoises. Are they turtles or tortoises, Al?
Either one.
Oh, okay.
Tortoises are turtles, but turtles aren't tortoises.
Okay. So, we're off and about.
These are the plants that we're going to be looking at. These are the gopher apple plants. And we're going to be looking to see if there's any apples on them, or even just seeds that are dropped somewhere in the plant that haven't been eaten by other animals.
Oh yeah, what a delight it is to ride and not be bouncing up and down the way you do on the one you sit on. Like a horse, like my old one. Oh, we got nice and muddy already. There's one drawback for anybody that has long legs or whatever, or arthritis and bad knees. You may want to think about the next size up. It's tight squeeze for me, especially because I have a bad knee. But for what I do, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be perfect. But if you like to run fast and run and do all the things that you can do with these, then you probably need to go to the next size up. I think it's the 790 or something. And they have 1,000 too. The price isn't that much different, and you get more room. But this is really an awesome machine. I can't wait to get Nancy behind the wheel.
Okay, I'll admit it, I'm the biggest fan of Geneva State Forest, so I love to be out in the forest. I love to ride the roads and anything, anywhere I can go. I just like being in the Geneva State Forest. The colors and just everything is cool. The next time you're in the forest, check out the pine trees. See which ones have the pine cones and which don't. I'm not exactly sure what Nancy's looking for. Maybe it's a space shuttle. Maybe, right? One of the things that it's really great in the Geneva State Forest, if you have a question, just find one of the forest rangers and they'll answer anything you have. You know, oh, here's my baby. Yeah, it's like me, a young kid with a new toy. Okay, not a young kid, but I got a new toy, and that's what's important. It's something I've been dreaming about for years. Transportation in the forest or anywhere we go is a very, very important part of our production, simply because it's just hard for them like me to get around and still do a good production. So we went over to, we talked to Warren. Warren's the manager over there, Warren Dowling at Dowling Tractor, and what a nice guy he is. Great personality, good Christian man, and he set us right up. Took care of all the paperwork and everything, and by the next day we had it, and we were out in Geneva State Forest. And I thank the boys and the girls over there at the Dowling Tractor. They're just awesome. The service is great. Their prices are fair and reasonable, and they're just nice people to deal with. And the razor wasn't the first thing that we bought from Warren. We bought our tractor. What a lifesaver that was. Same thing. Great service, great deal, great, just everything that to do with buying and having it serviced and everything. So if you're looking for a tractor, or if you're looking for a Polaris ATV or S by X, you know where to go. At the Dowling Tractor, they'll take care of it. Well, I've been driving for a while, and I could tell Nancy was like chomping at the bit. She wanted to get behind the wheel. I'll tell you, it was just so awesome to drive this thing. It's got power steering, and it's just great. Nancy's used to driving a Mercedes-Benz. She loves that car. It's really an awesome car too. But I could tell the minute she got behind the wheel and she started feeling that the motor start to kick in, things started really pumped. And she had a smile on her face, and it was just awesome to see how much fun she was having. With the older ATV, she didn't like to drive that. She did. If she had to, she would. But I mean, you had to horse the thing around, by steering it like a bicycle, and it wasn't easy. And it sure did bump around a lot. And it was not anywhere as close to this. And as you get older, you realize just exactly how important the little finer things in life can be. Like power steering, seats, steering wheel instead of a handlebar. I could go on. As we continued along the roads, it had been dry. It's dusty and whatever, but we haven't been seeing anything. Yeah, so there's a few flowers. We'll show you some pictures of that. But I was hoping to see some animals and things. That's what I really liked. So we're riding along at like 22 miles an hour according to the speed limit. It's got that digital stuff and tell you how much the temperature is in the engine and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. We're driving along and it is just gorgeous out. I mean, the sun was out, it was nice and cool, and just looking at the forest is just so relaxing. Sure, it'd be great if you seen animals running around and stuff, but heck, then you'd be at the zoo. Whenever we're in Geneva, Nancy goes out of her way to swing over to the graveyard that's there in the other side of the road, and she just is such an awesome person. She just goes there and pays her respects to the people who have been laying there for 100 years or more. But we still haven't seen any animals, and I really want to get some pictures of animals. Got some pictures of flowers, and it's my baby. She's paying her respects. She's awesome lady. I love this woman, and she's a gift from God. But still, we haven't seen any animals, not many birds, and it's time to see something. So we get back in the Razor, and we strap ourselves in, and lo and behold, we go down the road a few feet, and bam! Nancy's worst nightmare. She really hates snakes, and there's good reason for that. I wasn't 100% sure whether this was a venomous snake or not, and I still don't know for sure. I have checked all the books and things that I have at my disposal, and it is not. The colors don't list anywhere. It does look like he has the pits underneath his eye and above his mouth. It looks like he is a pit viper, but the colors have just got me all, I don't know. The only thing close to it is a clean cottonmouth. And that only reason I say that is because of one picture that I found. The snake's markings are very similar to that picture, and I just don't have any other pictures that even come close to looking like this snake. If there's anybody out there who knows what the snake is, then just give me a comment on underneath the video or whatever, and let me know. I really am interested in what kind of animals we're running into.
Okay. Oh, please. He's got his head, look at him. You can't see him?
No.
His head out there.
I just couldn't get out there fast enough, so it was time to move on. Well, it's the time of the day where we'd ridden for hours, and it was just time to head for home. And that's what we did. Started riding towards the barn. Well, it's Wednesday. It's the 1st of November, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. I have my Razor, Nancy, is working at WEPS. She volunteers at WEPS every Wednesday. And if you don't know what WEPS is, it's WEPS, Women's Emergency Pregnancy Services. And it's an open program that's free, I believe, for pregnant women who need help in certain areas. They get diapers and clothes, and they do pregnancy tests, and they even do ultrasounds sometimes for necessary whatever they do. Look it up in the phone book, or the website, I believe, has a Facebook page, and I'll try to get with Nancy and see if we can give you more information on WEPS. But let's get back. It's a beautiful day here in the forest, and the trees really are really starting to change colors, and the flowers, there aren't as many as there used to be at this time of year, but the ones under there are really beautiful. You know, up around the lake, we always try to go to the safety area first and check it out. There's some plants there that are endangered and things that we look for. But I love the flowers that are come around in the fall. And you can see here's a couple right here. But as we were going around the lake, I began to see smoke from across the lake. And something in the forest that you really don't see often is smoke. So, you know me. I was cool, calm, and collected. I didn't get to the guy, run to the office and say, oh, there's a fire out there. Well, you don't want to really look like a fool, although it's better to be safe than sorry. That, in fact, is a fire. But, you know, they are doing controlled burns, and this pretty much looked like this was under control. So I decided that I would get in my razor, actually. I don't have to get on it anymore, but I get in the razor and start headed over to the back of the forest, which is on the other side of the lake. Of course, I see my gopher apple plants, which you know I love, and believe me, they are all over the forest now, which is a good thing. We usually only can find them in certain areas, but I'll tell you what, the boys have been busy. This is crossing the little creek right there as you. It's a road to going up to the lake where you park. This is the one across the street. Now this was impassable for a very long time. And Daryl and his guys, they got out the bulldozers and all the tools necessary to do the job, and they have made it a very, very pleasant little ride. Of course, water is their worst enemy, but they have got a lot of runoffs. They've got all kinds of things built into this new road that maybe will stop it from washing out again. But, hey, good time to check out the razor. See how it does in the water. Yeah, make sure it didn't, flood out or whatever. So we decided we'd take a little swim. It was fun. Water wasn't deep, so we didn't really have to worry about it. And but I let you know that when you get up to the top of that hill, we're actually coming back. If you're going the other way, you get on the top of the hill and it is shut off. You're doing more construction or repair further down the road, and it's not passable, so they've got it all closed off. So we're headed back out to the road, and I really took a detour from my assignment, which was to go find the fire and see if the guys are doing a controlled burn. For the last 3 or 4 years, I've been trying to find the guys when they do a controlled burn. A lot of times they do it at night, so I'm not there when they go out. But today we were in the forest. Like I said, the trees are beginning to turn really beautiful. The roads are looking good, and off we go. Thank God, not into the wild blue yonder. But we did start headed to the smoke, and as we got further back on Harrison Road, smoke started to get heavier and heavier. So we know we weren't far. So we're headed up Harrison Road. We see the truck. The truck's got the bulldozer on it, just in case. That bulldozer is what really puts out the fire. But this time it's there because this is what they use to build the fire breaks. The fire breaks are necessary. There's a fire break right there. It allows the fire to stop and doesn't continue on. But then we seen the boys, and they were enjoying themselves, burning the forest. And to me, I said, "Ooh, that looks like it's getting a little high." They said, "No, don't worry. It's superficial. It's not going to burn higher. It's going to start going down now." And it did. None of the trees were damaged, and to any extent, of course, there were some of those that were dead that needed to come down. And that's something that I had not seen, but I know that in previous times they usually go and they bulldoze all the dead trees down to keep the fire at a ground level.
Yeah, those tears.
Now that's hot. I mean, physically hot. So you kind of have to keep moving because you're not a fireman, and it's not. You just got a brand new razor, and you hate to take it home to Nancy with the fender's belt. So we kind of stayed back and just enjoyed watching these guys do what they do so well, and that's manage the forest. They were always in contact with the boss and with backup if it was necessary. They were always checking the weather for the direction of the wind and anything that may affect the actual burning. These guys are quite professional. I'm really proud, and I know Daryl and Chris Cotton and those guys really got some good guys. Hopefully they'll be able to stick around a while. Money in the forest is really one of the main problems, especially keeping good health. But it was very educational watching these young guys do their controlled burn, trying to get all of it to burn, even though they were hampered by wind conditions. The wind changes weren't allowing the fire to go back into the direction that they wanted it to go. And so there were places that did not sustain any burn, and they probably had to go back and reburn that on another day. Well, it's time to head back to the parking lot, load up the razor, and head for home. I want to thank you all for joining us. This was a beautiful educational day here in the forest, and thank you for joining us here in the great outdoors. Bye.